So yeah, I don't think ever gonna stop talking about Pixar.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop talking about Pixar. Pixar is my life. I love Pixar.
Okay. Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today we're gonna be doing the official ranking of all the Pixar movies.
Yes, we're doing an official ranking of all 25 Pixar movies, including Turning Red, ranked from the worst to the best.
Yep.
And fair warning, there are going to be a few hot takes on this list because Pixar is just a phenomenal studio, in my opinion, and they just make amazing movies.
Yeah. So
Even
please
though they
don't
made
take this seriously. This is just opinion.
Yeah, even though they did make one movie that I absolutely hate. And yeah, considering that they've only made one bad movie, in my opinion, that just shows how great of a studio Pixar is. Anyways, on with the list. Katie, you start.
Will do. Okay. Let's go from worst to best. Starting at number 25 is gonna be Cars 2.
I'm not surprised by that, considering how hated this movie gets. Heck, it has a 39% on Rotten Tomatoes. Actually, let me check that. Let me check that. Let me pull out my phone here real quick.
Alright? In the
Forty
meantime,
percent. Still, it's
oh,
40%.
oh,
It's a
40%, okay.
40% on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's the most hated Pixar film on Rotten Tomatoes. Understandable because objectively, this movie is not very good.
Yeah. But honestly, I would give this movie like a C.
If this was a tier list,
Yeah.
all right. So coming in at number 25 for me is Finding Dory. I hate this movie.
I knew
I
it.
hate this movie. I hate this movie. I actively despise this movie. I actively dislike this movie. Why? It was an unnecessary sequel because Finding Nemo is such an amazing film, which we will talk about later. Or, and this movie was unnecessary. And considering this is actually the only movie on this list that I actually flat out hate, which shows how good of a studio Pixar is, with this movie only being below average. As much as I despise this movie, I can't say it's one of the worst animated films of all time because I've seen movies that are way worse than this. And it's
Mm,
still better than the Sid the Science Kid movie.
yeah. Okay, quick question. If you would pick between Finding Dory or Sid the Science Kid, which one would you pick?
Finding Dory 10 times over. I would watch Finding Dory all day, every day for the rest of my life, in a single moment of Sid the Science Kid.
Yeah, cuz
And that includes the movie as well.
yeah.
As good as Christopher Lloyd was. We love you, Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting off topic. Let's just move on to number 24.
Yeah. Okay. Going to number 24 is going to be Brave. Honestly, I was I think it's like an okay movie, just not one of the best.
Okay, yeah, if you guys are thinking, oh, but your rating was in the 8 out of 10s. Yeah, ratings opinions change, all right? This is not based on what our ratings were. This is just our personal and current opinions.
Yeah.
So coming in at number 24 for me, this might be one of the hottest takes on any list. It's going to be Wally. I know
Well,
this is a lot. I know this is a lot of people's top five. I know this is most people's top five, top three, and some people's favorite Pixar movies. But I've never been able to get attached with this movie, even when I first saw it as a kid. I like the first 30 minutes, and I do like Wally and Eve. They're really adorable characters. But the film really loses me in the second and third acts. It just feels a little silly for a Pixar movie that's taking itself so seriously and set in a futuristic world. It just doesn't feel right to me, and that's kind of why it comes in at a second to last place. It's not a bad movie. Again, it's way better than Finding Dory, but again, I'm not a big fan of Wally. I would probably say this is like maybe a three, like a 5 out of 10 in for me, ever so slightly average.
mm, So like a C minus?
Yeah, I
that?
like that. Yeah, kind of like a C. More of a C, more of like a middle of C.
Yeah. I
All right.
forgot where I could put how I rate Brave. I would honestly give Brave like a C plus.
Yeah, that's where it was. That's yeah. Don't worry, we tend to forget sometimes, so don't be shocked if we put it go all over the place. But anyway, so let's just
Yeah.
move on to number 23.
Alright, moving on. Number 23 is gonna be Monsters Inc. And
Oh, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, that's kind of not too far from where I'm placing it. I'm not spoiling it though. This is
yeah,
another hot take. I know a lot of people. We know a
yeah,
lot of people love this movie so much.
yeah.
People
We
put it like,
understand it's a
yeah,
classic.
it's such an iconic film, and like Mike Wazowski, and like
Wazowski.
it's iconic, and I can acknowledge it's a good film, and it has a clever concept, and of course it's funny as well. Like yeah, I know it's a lot of people's top five and some people's favorites, and I totally respect that if it's your favorite. I totally understand it. We totally understand if it's your favorite.
Yeah,
It just comes down to personal opinions. There's just almost all of these movies are just fun, great movies, and that's kind of what it comes down to. That's how much we love Pixar. So yeah, so
yeah. Although
yeah,
Monsters Inc. does have its funny moments, I was kind of like bored with this movie, so I would give it a C plus.
yeah, that's a kind of a hot take, but yeah, it's an iconic film, and of course this is different to our tier list. Like, wait, this was in the B tier last time. Why are you moving it down? You're an awful person for that. It's just opinions, guys.
Yeah,
This is
just
all
opinion.
opinions. This is all opinion. It's all
Yeah.
subjective. This is not objective. This is subjective. But coming in at number 23 for me is Incredibles 2, the very disappointing sequel, in my opinion. I don't have much to say. Jack was funny. I didn't like the screenslaver, though. The twist was very predictable. That's all I have to say.
Okay. And speaking of Incredibles 2, that's gonna be going at number 22 on my list.
Oh, oh yeah, back to back Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
People are gonna hate us. We have a lot of controversial opinions.
Yeah.
But again, these rankings will most likely change by tomorrow, so it's not like it's gonna be like that forever.
Yeah, but it's kind of like another movie I was kind of bored into, but the raccoon scene did make me laugh.
Yeah, the raccoon, like, oh my goodness, that is so intense. All right, so coming in at number
Yeah.
22 for me is Monsters Inc. Yeah, she just put it at number
Wow, back to
23.
back.
It was basically back to back Monsters Inc. So we're pretty much close to that. I think it was all right. I think it's a good movie. Yeah, Boo is pretty adorable, and I like the concept, as I just mentioned, and some of the jokes land really well. But again, there's a couple plot holes that really bother me, and some of the humor at the beginning was kind of dull and kind of stupid. But overall, it's still a decent movie, and I think it's a definitely a classic. And I do like Mike and Sully. They're probably one of the best duos in any Pixar movie.
Yeah. Oh, and how I rate
Put that
Incredibles
put,
2.
also
I
Also, sorry to interrupt, but also put that thing back where it came from, or So Help Me is a banger. Put that thing back where it came from, or So
So
Help
help me, so help
Me.
me.
So help me, so help me.
That
That's
song's so random.
yeah, it is random.
Anyway, how I'd rate Incredibles 2, I would honestly give it a C plus as well.
Yeah, I don't think we need to really do tier list ratings.
Yeah.
FYI, I'm not doing that.
Coming in number 21 is gonna be The Incredibles.
Another hot take. Oh
Yeah.
boy, people are going to scream at us because I know this is a lot of people's favorites.
Yeah.
It's
I
also one of my
understand it's a
favorites.
classic and it's
But hey,
iconic.
yeah, but hey, I love the movie. It's one of my favorites. Spoiler alert. No spoilers allowed of where its placement is, but I'm just saying it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it did.
Where is
It's
my
my
super
super
suit?
suit!
That line alone is already like top 3. But anyways,
Yeah, no capes. Can't forget about the capes. No
yeah,
capes.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
honestly, this movie just wasn't my type.
Yeah.
Just wasn't my
I'm just
cup
gonna
of,
say
cup of
this.
tea.
Let me say this. Like, Edna Mode is one of the most hilarious side characters. Ratatouille. That's hilarious. Yeah, she's one of the most hilarious side characters. And Brad Bird did a great job directing it. All right,
Yeah.
coming in number 21 for me is going to be Cars 3. This is where we start getting to the good movies. We're not going to talk much about, we're not going to say a whole lot because I just want to get right through these. So, Cars 3 is a good ending, but the ending could have been a little bit better.
Yeah. Alright. Number 20 is gonna be A Bug's Life.
Oh wait, you did go over number 21.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, that's not a blooper. We're keeping that.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, number 20 is A Bug's Life.
Yeah, Bug's Life. I love this one. It's in my top 10. Spoiler alert. I'm not saying it's exact placement, but it's in my top 10.
What did I say about no spoilers allowed?
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to kind of like appetize everything. All right, number 20
Okay.
for me. This is gonna be a little bit of a hot take for some people, but it's Coco. This might be a hot take.
Oh.
Now, I know this is a lot of people's favorite Pixar movies, and I will say that it is a good movie. I will say, I do love Coco. I do like this movie. It is a good movie, but some of the humor was childish, and I thought the twist villain was pretty predictable.
Alright. Number 19 is gonna be Monsters University.
Oh, coincidentally, that's where my number 19 is.
Oh wow, so we could just talk about it together.
Yeah, so Monster University, it's a good prequel. I actually prefer. This might be a little bit of a biased opinion for most people, so we're not even going to talk much about it because we're just trying to avoid the hates.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, let's go number 18.
Alright, number 18. This is gonna be a hot take for you, Ian, but number 18 is Finding Dory.
Yeah, it's a lot lower on a lot of people's lists. It's like around there or so. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
surprised by that.
Honestly, to me, Finding Dory wasn't that bad.
I kind of understand that. I hate it though.
Yeah.
I'm
We
not
know
even.
how
I'm
you
not.
feel about it.
Yeah, F. It's F for me. But anyways, so number 18 for me is The Good Dinosaur. This might be a little bit of a hot take because this is some people's least favorites. Yeah, I kind of get it. It doesn't have the greatest story, but I think it's very sweet. I think Arlo's actually a pretty likable character, and I think he's a very underrated protagonist. I think his character arc's really good, and the scene at the riverbank makes me cry every time. Ah, that scene.
Oh, man. Yeah. Number
All right.
17 is gonna be Cars 3.
Yeah. I think Yeah, Cars 3 is good. All right, I'm gonna say it's a good movie. It is good. It's good. It is really good.
Yeah. Honestly, uh, when I first saw the teaser for this, with the
Oh
Lightning
my god.
McQueen
Yeah,
crash,
The
I
crash
wasn't
was
expecting
way
it to
too
be
over
at the
the top.
beginning.
The crash is way too over the top.
Yeah. It just hit
Yeah.
me hard in the gut.
It did for me as well, admittedly. All right. Number 17 for me is Brave. This is a very in my opinion, this is just an underrated film. This is also some people's least favorite Pixar movies for me, but no, not for me, but for other people, I totally understand that. It definitely feels a little like a Disney movie, but I like the way how they flip the typical damsel in distress trope on its head. I think that was really cool.
Yeah. Alright. Number 16 is gonna be The Good Dinosaur. I understand that it's not the best Pixar movie. I could agree with that, but I still find it enjoyable to watch.
And again, like I said, the river scene is really emotional for me. That scene makes me cry. That gets me every time.
Yeah.
All right. Number 16 for me is going to be another hot take. Cars 2. People are going to come at me for this one, but hey, I just find it enjoyable, all right? It's enjoyably bad. I understand. It's a horrible movie. In fact, it sucks as a matter. It's not a good movie. It sucks as a matter of fact, objectively. But you know what? It's enjoyable. That's really what matters at this point.
Yeah. Alright. Number 15 is going to be Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
Such a
I
great
love it.
ending to the.
Number 15 for me is, well, you know, it's Cars, another Cars movie, back to back. Cars is really the best Cars movie. This is where I start getting to like S ranking type of stuff. This is where I get to like the top tier Pixar movies. This is a top tier Pixar movie in my opinion. I absolutely love this movie. Childhood nostalgia, probably. I don't see why this movie gets hated on so much though. I really don't see why this movie gets hated on so much. I absolutely adore this movie.
Yeah, it is a good film.
Yeah, I don't understand the hatred towards this movie, but yeah, let's move on and
Number 14 is going to be Wall-E. It's like
understandable.
really cute and it is enjoyable to watch.
All right. Number 14 for me is going to be Finding Nemo. Such a timeless classic. I love this movie.
Yeah.
Fish are friends, not food. Just keep swimming.
Just keep
P.
swimming.
Sherman 42, Wallaby Way, Sydney. Shark bait. Ooh ha ha. So many iconic quotes, and I just love this movie.
Yeah. Number
Alright.
13 is going to be Toy Story 2.
It's a great sequel. Not much to say. It's a great sequel.
Yeah.
All right. Number 13 is for me is going to be Pixar's newest movie, Turning Red. This is a really great film. I put it at number 7 on my list last time. That opinion has actually changed. Roll the clip of me putting it at number 7.
Wow.
That opinion has changed. I rewatched it just a day ago, as of the recording of this video. I just rewatched it. Yeah, I kind of understand the hate this movie's been getting. It definitely does not have the greatest story, and I definitely agree that the mom is way too overprotective, and the final battle was way too over the top. So yeah, I have started to realize some of the flaws for this movie. It definitely has a couple of flaws, but I still really enjoyed this movie. And it kind of relates to me as well, even though I'm not a girl. But anyways, this is number 13 on my list.
Yeah.
This might go up or down in the near future, but it stays in the spot as my 13th favorite Pixar movie. So there you have it. Turning Red turned out to be number 13, their newest Pixar film.
Going in at number 12 is going to be Up.
I love Up. Oh, I love this movie. This movie wrecks me every time. That first 15 minutes. That bit wrecks me.
Hello, I just met you, and I love you.
Squirrel!
Squirrel!
Oh, that scene is hilarious. Doug is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah,
and he's
I love
adorable.
Doug.
He's hilarious. Yeah, it's very funny as well. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, number 12 for me is The Incredibles. I love this movie. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now let's just say it's incredible. The Incredibles is incredible. No pun intended.
Number 11 is going to be Toy Story 3.
Yeah, a great ending to the trilogy. It's
Until we
really,
got a fourth one.
Yeah, a great ending to the trilogy. Yeah. Alright. Number 11 for me is going to be Ratatouille. This is an underrated masterpiece. This is an underrated masterpiece. I love this movie so much. An underrated masterpiece. Imagine if rats actually cooked. A very clever concept, but that's the thing. That a simple concept opens up to so many messages. Just has a lot of messages.
Yeah.
And also, if guys, before we get to our top 10, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And also go check out my previous Pixar ranking on my other channel. Link will be in the description. This list isn't really too much different, except that Turning Red is at number 13 on the list now. So nothing, not a lot has changed other than Turning Red going down to number 13. That's literally the only thing that's changed. So it's basically, essentially the same for me.
Yeah. Alright. Number 10 is going to be Cars.
Yes,
Such a classic.
Yes, I love the first Cars movie. This movie gets hated on way too much. I don't understand the hate this movie gets. It's got a 74% on Rotten Tomatoes, but that's basically lower tier compared to some of Pixar's movies, which I just never understood.
Yeah.
Anyways, so number 10 for me is Toy Story 2. Ooh, this is a great sequel, not much to say. So, yeah, basically what we just said about Toy Story 2 when Katie put it on her ranking. Not much to say, it's just a great sequel.
Number 9 is going to be Luca.
Oh, so good. I loved Luca.
Yeah, Luca is such a great modern... It's such a great modern movie.
Pixar movie, yeah. And it's adorable. I love the character designs.
Yeah.
They're so cute. Anyways,
And the fact that when the sea monsters, when they go on land, they turn to humans, I thought that was really cool.
yeah, that was very sweet. Are we reaching the recording limit yet?
Nope. We're all good.
Alright, we'll just let me know when you reach the recording limit, and also edit this section out. Or you can put it in the blooper reel.
Okay. Alright, number 9. Go ahead.
Alright, coming in at number 9 for me is going to be Toy Story 3. As we just said, it was the perfect ending till Toy Story 4, so we're not even going to mention it.
Number 8 is going to be Onward.
There's not okay. This movie's amazing. I'm not even gonna spoil where my placement is because my placement might actually shock a lot of you. Ooh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I loved Onward.
This movie's basically if Spider-Man and Star-Lord were brothers.
Yeah. Spider-Man and Star-Lord as brothers. It's so cute. And plus, they have a character named Ian, which is me. That's basically what it is.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. So anyways, number 8 for me is A Bug's Life. I've always loved this movie. I watched this basically every day at times when I was a little kid.
Yeah. Alright. Number 7 is going to be Soul.
Oh, Soul. I love this movie. This movie wrecks me every time.
Yeah, it's such a great film.
And Joe Garner is probably my favorite Pixar character along with Joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be talking about this once we get to where I'm placing it.
Okay.
Alright, coming in at number 7 for me is Up. This movie wrecks me every time. Everyone says the first 15 minutes of the movie is amazing and the rest of it is uninteresting and a boring animated film. To that I say, you're wrong. This movie is fantastic throughout. Carl may just have the best character arc in a Pixar movie. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Number 6 is gonna be Turning Red.
Yeah, the newest Pixar film.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too far from where I had it initially.
Yeah.
No,
Honestly, I just really like this movie, and I like how it tackles a harder problem in like the teenager life.
Yeah, it definitely tackles a harder problem in teenager life, and considering that you're a girl, and it probably relates to you a lot more.
Yeah, I could
Probably
pretty much
to-
relate to that movie.
All right, so number 6 for me is Toy Story 4. an absolutely perfect film in my opinion. That just shows how great the Toy Story franchise is. Toy Story is also my favorite franchise of all time. It's just an amazing franchise.
Yeah. Number 5 is going to be Finding Nemo.
Oh, it's a classic.
Such a classic. And I get childhood nostalgia every time I watch it.
Yeah, it's so nostalgic. I haven't watched Finding Nemo in a while. I'll definitely need to watch it again.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch it again sometime soon.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be watching it again.
And Ellen DeGeneres does great as Dory.
Yes, Ellen DeGeneres is amazing as Dory. Also, rest in peace to the Ellen Show. It's ending soon, so yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so coming in at number 5 for me is going to be Luca. This film is adorable, as I mentioned. Julia is adorable. Seriously, they really nailed the look.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to mention it. I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain it in a video essay because this movie hasn't gotten the huge amount of love it deserves. It has a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes, but that's a little bit lower compared to other Pixar movies like Toy Story, The Incredibles, Monsters Inc., Inside Out, and stuff like Soul and stuff like that.
I mean, it's still a good rating.
Yeah, but like not as like top tier, like top 5, like I have it. So I'll definitely make a video essay on why Luca is underrated, quote unquote.
All right, number 4 is gonna be Toy Story 1.
Coincidentally, that's literally where I have it.
Yeah, the first Pixar movie that started it all.
And the first
such a timeless classic.
And the first ever computer animated film.
Yeah.
It's such a classic and it's hilarious. Woody and Buzz are just absolutely timeless characters. I love these two characters. They're hilarious. You are a toy! That scene is hilarious. And I just love the dynamic they have. Alright, now moving on to our top 3. So also, before we give out our top 3, again, make sure you subscribe. Comment your favorite Pixar movie or rank all your favorite Pixar movies. Or all of them, as I should say.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We want to hear your opinion.
Now, let's move on to the top 3.
Alright.
Alright.
Here we go. Top 3. Here we go. Oh boy, I'm so ready for this. Here we go.
These are perfect movies. These are like top 10 favorite movies for me.
Number 3 is gonna be Ratatouille. Such an underrated film.
Oh, I love Ratatouille.
And it gives me childhood nostalgia.
Yeah. Alright, number 3 for me is actually going to be Onward. Now, this is actually probably the last hot take on this list. I don't see how this movie gets hated on so much. It's just a great story in my opinion. It's a great movie and I absolutely love it. I don't understand why this movie gets hated on so much. It's just so underrated. I never understood why people hated on it so much. This came out around right as the pandemic was starting, so a lot of people didn't go to see it. Go watch it. It's on Disney Plus right now. Go watch it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Number 2 is gonna be Inside Out. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I love this movie. Like number
this movie's
2 and
like so good.
Yeah. Like number 2 and number 1 is just like basically a tie, probably most likely for us. It's basically a tie. We're just like they go up and down. We're just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Is that what you would say? They go like back and forth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure we all know what your number 1 is for right now. Like it's like probably maybe by the next ranking it'll be maybe Inside Out will be number 1 and by the next Pixar ranking.
Yeah.
And that's probably what's gonna happen. So like just expect those two to change. But yeah. Inside Out's amazing. Yeah. Alright, so coming in at number 2 for me is Soul. Oh, I love this movie. This movie wrecks me every time.
Yeah.
There's not much to say about this movie. It makes me cry.
Yeah.
Alright, now the all-important number 1.
Alright. Number 1 is Coco.
Yeah, it
Oh
is a
my
good
god.
movie. I really liked it.
I
It's one of
love
the
this so much.
and the fact that they tackled the Mexican culture, it's so good.
Yeah.
All right, coming in at number one for my all-time favorite Pixar movie for me is Inside Out. I love Inside Out. This is probably my second favorite movie of all time, behind The Polar Express. As everyone knows, go check out my top 50 favorite movies of all time list. So yeah, those are my Pixar ranking. It's just these I love all these movies really, and I just love all of them.
And you also got to experience my ranking as well.
Yeah, you guys I got to experience her ranking. Yes, Coco ended up being number one for her. Inside Out ended up being at number one for me. But like, as for as for both of us, Inside Out and Coco might switch for her a little bit sometimes. Seems like
And
it's like
Inside Out and Soul might switch for
yeah,
him.
yeah. As you saw in my outdated ranking that I did when Luca came out, or that I re-uploaded, I put Soul at number one, and because like both these movies, they're basically a tie. I don't know. We don't know which one is better. I don't know which one is better. Right now, I'm putting Inside Out number one because I'm nostalgic for it, basically, because I saw it in the movie theater, and I think it was the first movie that ever made me cry.
Yeah. Alright, that
That's
concludes this
the
video.
Pixar ranking.
Yep,
Yeah, that's the Pixar ranking for y'all. Well,
yep.
hopefully, when Lightyear comes out, maybe Inside Out will be number one on both of our lists potentially. That'll be pretty interesting to
Yeah.
see. You know what?
Alright.
Maybe it will be. All right,
Yeah.
that's it for the Pixar ranking.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just see how much hate we're gonna get on the video, because I know we're gonna make a lot of people angry with our list. So
Yeah.
we'll see you guys later.
Bye. Oh.
Yeah, I don't think we need to really do tier list ratings.
Yeah.
FYI, I'm not doing that. All right, coming
Yeah.
in number 21 for me
To-
is Cars 3. I- Yeah, this is good. All right. Wait.
It's alright. I'm about to reach the recording limit anyway, so
All right,
we'll
let's
be
try that
right
again.
back.